bunnies, welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everyone doing today? I'm super excited. I'm super excited to show you guys how to create these really fun, adorable little matchbox embellishments. I think they turned out so cute. Oh my gosh. It may not be the best or one of my favorite embellishments that I'm doing, but it's definitely on the top. I think it just turned out so cute. I love them, and I love the idea that you can actually use these to mail out to your friends and family. You could put some candies in here. You can put some die cuts if you're mailing it out to maybe, I don't know, as a happy mail. You can add some charms, some sequins, some die cuts. I mean, whatever you want. It's just literally a really fun project and easy to create. Now, you can also use these as favors. Maybe you're having like a Halloween party and you want to give out some favors. This is perfect. It's just really fun. So let me show you what we are going to be doing. First of all, before we get started with anything, the little matchbox that I'm using is the one from Michaels. I already Instagrammed this, but if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I went to Michaels a few days ago and I found a whole bunch of these little matchboxes on clearance for 40 cents. So I was like, oh my gosh, I grabbed so many of them because I thought for 40 cents you cannot go wrong. I mean, literally each one of these little boxes costs you, if you think about it, 10 cents each one. I mean, that's crazy because you get 4 in here. So I picked up this one that I thought was really pretty. I also picked up a whole bunch for Christmas because I am going to be using these as part of the Christmas series as well. So I thought these were really pretty. I just love these little matchboxes. I thought they just turned out, these turned out really cute, and I think that any project that you work with these will turn out awesome. But just to give you an idea, they have a lot of different designs and just different kinds of you know, images. It's just really cute. So if you see these at Michael's, make sure you pick out a few of these, okay? So anyway, so the set that I use is this one right here, which are these right here that we are going to create. I already did 3, and I'm going to show you with one of these little matchboxes how to create them, okay? So, okay, let's get started. Now, for the front of the little matchbox, I use these like little I fuzzy cut these little labels from the Tim Holtz paper that I have here, that is from the Halloween collection. I think Michael also has these. I bought this last year, but Michael does sell the same one. I saw it at Michael's this year, so you can definitely pick this up if you want. And this is what I basically use. I fuzzy cut all these little labels, and I have them here. See, I just basically fuzzy cut them. And this is what I'm using for the front of my little embellishment box, okay? All right, very good. Let's put this baby together, yes? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do with our little embellishment box is, with this one, what I did was I wrapped around a nice little trim. So I use this one right here to wrap it around. Let me put you closer. Put this on the side, and let's work on this one. So I use this little trim to wrap it around just to give it some nice interest to my little box. Now I made sure that, or make sure when you wrap the trim around, you don't wrap it this way, you wrap it this way, because if you wrap it the opposite way, you're not going to be able to open the little box, which then there's no point to making this embellishment, right? So make sure that you don't add the trim to the side where you open the box. You add it on the opposite side, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna wrap around a little piece of this beautiful trim to my box, okay? that is basically all I'm doing. See? That's basically all I did. Just wrapped it around. Okay, and now I'm going to add my little die cut that I just fuzzy cut earlier. And what I'm going to do is, before I add my little die cut, I kind of had a little trim that I also want to use, like I did with these. So I'm using this trim right here to add some interest to my little fuzzy, my fuzzy cut little image here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this trim to the top of my little image, okay? That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to add some hot glue to the back of this here. And then I'm going to add this trim just to give it some interest. Like I did with these. See how I did with this? I added a little trim right here that's poking out a little. Okay, very good. And now that we have that, we're going to add the dimensions on the back of our little sign or fuzzy cut image. I have here 3 dimensions that I'm adding. And then I'm going to add my hot glue just to reinforce it, to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm going to add my little sign right in the middle of my box. See that? How cute is that? Beautiful. Okay, perfect. So the next step is, I have here these little embellishments that we're going to add to the little box. Now, I have this tiny little bottle full of glitter. These are the little tiny miniature embellishments that you find at Michael's. I like using these because they're tiny and you can really basically put them anywhere. Michael has a section of these tiny miniature embellishments, and they have the Halloween ones out now, so make sure you take a look and see what you like. But I basically found these little bottles there. They come in a set of, like, I think it's 6 or something like that, 6 or maybe 8, I'm not really sure, but they're just really fun to use in any project. Now, don't make the mistake that I made. Make sure that if you're using these little bottles, you're going to open it up, you're going to add some hot glue, and then you're going to put the little cork back on it. Because what happens is, it's not really that secure, and if this pops out, you're going to have glitter everywhere. My coworkers at work will tell you it's not fun. So make sure that you seal these little bottles, because I had one of these bottles open in one of my pockets of my scrubs and it was a mess. Okay, so I'm going to use this one to add in front of my little box. I'm going to add some massive hot glue to the back of this little bottle. And you're basically going to put it somewhere where you want. I want to put it right there, kind of tilted. Hold on to that for a few seconds, okay? And after a few seconds, it should basically be okay for you to remove the pressure. And then you have something that looks like this. This is so cute. I love it. This is perfect for a little favor to gift to your friends who comes for a party. Okay, the other thing that I did was I added this skeleton face, and I added some googly eyes to it, and I'm going to put this little face right in the corner of my little box. This face I got from the rings that you get at the Dollar Tree, these little plastic rings. that you get at the Dollar Tree. That's basically what I use for this embellishment. And all I did was I cut the backing off and I just hot glued two little googly eyes to the skeleton, and that's basically it. That's all I did. So we're going to add some hot glue. Now, a little trick that I did was I used kind of this little trim to adhere my skeleton to, and then once I did that, then I glue my skeleton to my paper. I just kind of like that, kind of like worked for me. You don't have to do it that way, but it kind of worked for me. So I added a little dab of glue to the top of the skeleton head, and then I kind of squished the little trim against the skeleton. See? Just like that. You see that right there? Can you see? You probably can't see, but this is the skeleton, and it's kind of adhered to the trim. And then what I did was I went back and I added some hot glue to the ends of my skeleton on each side of kind of like the cheek area, and then I adhered that to my paper, and that just basically set the entire skeleton against the paper. And basically this is what you're gonna get. You see that? How cute is that? And the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to add some kind of like bow right here in the little corner of your box. I have here this twine that I did, like a little bow made out of twine. You can use lace, you can use ribbons, you can use whatever you want. I'm going to add this one right there. Just like that. And that's just going to complete my look. And there you have it, guys. See that? That's basically all you do. There's nothing else to this. Literally, that's all you're going to do to your little box. I mean, I thought it was such a great idea to do. I love it. And then if you want to fill in your box, all you got to do is just open it up this way. Maybe you want to put some die cuts to your friends who you're mailing things out to. Make sure your little die cuts obviously fit in here, because this is not really such a big size. But you can definitely add a few die cuts in there. As you can see there, I added that one. And maybe you can add like some other ephemerals in there. See that? You can add a lot of things in here as long as they're tiny. Maybe some buttons. You can add some buttons in there. You can add some clothespins in there. I mean, you can add so many things, guys. And then you can seal it, close it, and then mail it out to your friends, or maybe gift it to, you know, one of your crafty friends. Maybe you can add it as a favor. I just thought it was such a great idea to do. I mean, it's just so freaking cute, and you can see how adorable that looks. How freaking adorable. So here I have some little goodies that you saw me put in, right? But let me show you really quickly. On others that I did, I just added some. For example, on this one, we just added some die cuts. See? Some Halloween inspired little die cuts. And I filled it to the top. So this is perfect for a Happy Meal. Along with some nice little flags. Just awesome. This one, I added some candy. See that? You can also add candy if you want. Now, I recommend you, obviously, if you're going to add some candy, I think you should add the candies in a little plastic baggies. Don't just add it in there like that, because I don't know. I don't think that's kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't really look that good. So maybe you can add some candies that are already wrapped, but they're small enough that you can put in here. That's my recommendation. I would add candies that are already wrapped in their own little individual little wrapper, and you can just put them in there. Okay? But I think this is just a great, great way to kind of, I don't know, just add some little embellishments. I think it just turned out really, really cute and just such a fun little box to play around with. Okay, my loves, I hope that this really gave you some awesome ideas. I hope that you enjoy watching me make these adorable little matchboxes, and I hope that you guys will create your own. Thank you so much for stopping by, my loves. Thank you so much for your support, for your likes, for everything. I love you all. Have a fantastic weekend, and please be safe out there. Bye, honey bunnies. Bye.